Chapter 32. Now on the road again, Big D and Lance laughed about Lindsay's text message, while Anders stared forward, with his face between their seats, wondering why he had been arrested.
"I can't think of anything," he said.
"Well, keep trying, slugger," Big D said. "It'll come." "He knows," Lance said. "He's just playing us."
The clouds were low. The road ahead was misty. Then suddenly the road became wider, darker. No farm life or cars, no houses or people, just dark forest on either side. A road, Anders thought, that seemed to go on forever.
"Creeps me out down here," Lance said, switching on his fog lights. "There's a nut house further along." "There is," Big D said. "I've seen the crazies down here." "Well, perhaps we kick Worm Boy out," Lance said. "He'd fit right in." "Nope," Big D said. "He's going to tell us what happened." "Good luck with that," Lance said. "He's a slippery one."
Anders sat back. He sighed and looked over his cuffed hands, thinking about all the possible reasons for his arrest. Images ran through his memory in a random order. Steve and the LSD trip, the dead cows passing on the conveyor belt, Marion's bloody cheek, Dickie's bloated body, the river, the blonde, Sammy's fishy hands, the needle, the possum, Bottle's extraordinary white teeth. Everything was playing over like some strange, endless nightmare. Then another memory appeared, a memory from weeks earlier, back at the police station with Big D strutting around his cell. Was that it, he thought? Was he caught standing naked and thrusting himself behind Big D? Was there really CCTV? Had they found footage? Had they decided to make an example of him? His mind was racing now as tunnel vision took over, building up the scenario as the most logical reason for his arrest. His mouth became very dry. It took him a while before he could speak again.
Okay, he said. "You got me, but I didn't know about the CCTV. CCTV makes anything look bad."
"Good," Big D smiled. "You admit it then?"
"Well, yeah, but I was tired and hungover. You kept hanging on. I thought you wanted to see me, so I did it. Quickly, I did it."
"What's he saying, D?" Lance said. "You were there?"
Big D looked in the middle mirror. He lowered his aviators, giving Anders that wonky-eyed stare of his eyes moving over Anders' body, to which places Anders was unsure, but they moved and he watched them.
"Of course he was there," Anders spoke more confidently. "I couldn't get rid of him. He was strutting like a randy peacock."
"What is this?" Lance asked. "It's just the kid," Big D said. "He's a damn fool."
"Admit it, Big D," Anders said. "You forced my hand. I stood there naked. So what? Who cares?"
"That does sound very like you, D," Lance said. "Were you there?" He laughed. "Was Benny Hill music playing?" "He's a damn fool," Big D said. "I'll show him. Look, see his face when I show him."
He tossed the cream corn over his shoulder. Both watched as Anders caught it between his cuffed hands.
"You see now?" Big D said, smirking, crossing his arms. "Look at his face, Lance. It's a picture." "You certainly shut him up," Lance said. "But explain yourself to me later. We'll need to get our story straight." "Nothing happened, you idiot. It's just Slugger being Slugger. I keep telling you this." "Regardless," Lance said, "I'll need to know."
"Where's this from?"
Anders asked.
"He's good," Lance said. "Ain't he good?" "He is," Big D said. "He's a slippery one." "He is slippery," Lance said. "I'm watching him."
Anders dropped the can.
"Something fishy is going on."
His tone was strong. He spoke with authority, like they had done something wrong, like they were two naughty schoolboys.
"You planted this in my backpack," he said. "You must think I'm stupid."
"He's got nerve talking that way," Lance said. "He's trying to agitate."
Then, taking his hand away from the steering wheel, he extended a finger, moving it inside his shirt pocket.
"D, I'm getting agitated." "Be cool, Lance," Big D said. "Just watch the road. I'll handle him."
But the car was picking up speed now, and noticing this, Anders looked side to side, lifting his clothes and backpack, searching for his seatbelt on the back seats.
You planted it, he said. You messed with my stuff. I watched you on the car park.
What's he saying? Lance rubbed his gums with his fingers. He sucked them clean and dipped them into his shirt pocket again. He's suggesting we're corrupt. His finger kept making the journey. Shirt pocket, dip, up to his gums. Rub, rub, back down, dip, dip. I don't take that, he said. You know I don't. Don't play his games, Lance. Big D touched Lance's shoulder. He nearly got me just then. He's good, remember? I'm getting agitated, though. Just watch the road, Lance. It's a death trap. There's potholes everywhere. It's dark. Crazies walk here sometimes. He took the steering wheel and the car swerved. You're not listening, he said. You're letting him play you.
I'm not playing anyone,
Anders said, clicking into his seatbelt.
You're both corrupt.
One more word and we'll show you corrupt. Lance was almost screaming. I'll pull in, he said. I'll watch Big D do his thing. He looked at his fingers and licked them. You and your pathetic a-hole won't know the time of day. He looked in the middle mirror. I ain't keen, but I don't mind watching. I've watched before. Lance, for Christ's sake, Big D said. Watch the road, the road, the road. He reached for the steering wheel again, but it was too late. They'd already hit potholes and sat bouncing on their seats, their bodies rocking as though on a roller coaster. I'm getting agitated, Lance said, fingering his pocket, spilling cocaine everywhere. He's fucking me over back there. He pressed his foot on the gas, cleaned his gums with his tongue. Enough, Big D said, and the car swerved closer to the forest. We pass Hudson Hospital soon. He took the wheel. They walk the crazies every night. He pulled the wheel slightly. Come off the gas. He brought the car level with the road again. He slapped Lance's leg. Off the gas. I'm okay, Lance said. Just agitated. But his eyes were squinting. He leant forward, his face almost touching the windscreen, his breath marking the glass. Something is out there, he said. They walk 'em, Big D yelled. I told you, they walk the crazies. This one's alone. Well, slow down. Why is he alone? A grown man appeared through the mist. He ran towards the car, barefooted, laughing, gambling. Why is he alone? Lance said.
Slow down,
Anders said, watching Big D reach for the steering wheel. Then another pothole sent them rocking. Big D's face hit the window. Their arms were waving in the air, their brows twisting with confusion as the grown man jumped across the car bonnet, spread-eagled, clinging to the windscreen wipers, one-handed clutching and waving two red sticks in his other hand. The sticks sprayed out sparks, lighting up his face as he laughed. I smell smoke! Slow down! Give me the wheel! Be quiet! Easy, Lance, easy! I'm in control! Stand down, Lance! That's an order! He's got fireworks! Stand down, I said! But I know him! Lance rubbed his gums with cocaine. He drew his eyes closer together. I remember him, he said, face to face with the grown man. Only the windscreen between them. It's... He leaned over the wheel. It's Maniac! I don't care, Big D said, swinging his fists. Enough on the gas! He punched Lance's throat. Stand down! He lifted his feet over Lance's leg, touching the brake pads. You bastard! Lance said, choking on his words, holding his throat with both hands. You bastard! Maniac laughed. His face was on the windscreen. His drugged-up eyes were watching them. Hit him again! He said. Hit him again! As the car was slowing down, he reached across the bonnet with the fire sticks. Have these, piggy bacon! He said now, putting them through Lance's open window, laughing, teasing, waving them close to Lance's face. Get them away from me, Lance said. I'll kill you! They rocked over more potholes. The sticks landed on Lance's lap. My groin! He said just before they exploded. My fucking groin! Smoke filled the car, creating smells of bonfire night and burning flesh. Anders coughed. Rubbing his eyes, he couldn't see. He just heard a combination of laughter from Maniac, screaming from Lance, and confusion from Big D. What's all this screaming? He said. I can't see a thing. The car began swerving left to right, thud, thud, Noises came from the passenger side as though Big D's head was bouncing on the window. Thud, thud. Anders listened. Then suddenly it was silent. As the smoke cleared, he saw now Big D's aviators hanging from his face. His body dropped lifelessly, hanging there in his seatbelt. His head was bleeding. No one had the wheel. "I can't see," Lance said. "I can't feel my dick."
"Get the wheel," Anders said. "I don't want to die."
He felt the seatbelt cutting his neck. He struggled for breath and coughing and trying to ignore the pain in his broken arm. He tugged on the seatbelt as tightly as possible, holding it with a double grip. He was ready now. He closed his eyes and listened to Lance swearing, to his foot hitting the gas pedal, to the sound of Maniac's nails scratching the car bonnet. He didn't open his eyes again. He didn't want to. Not with the car flipping over the way it was. Not with the shattered glass spraying his face.